The kind of games that I am interested in, they are like simulations of some concepts that also happen so-called outside of the game. But as we already know, like there is no outside of the game. Everything is a game. So one game that has shaped me a lot is Civilization, especially the computer version. And in the computer version, what you do is that you start with a very like meager resources and very simple but very far-reaching decisions. So basically, like you have one unit and you need to start a city, and whether you started in the like first tile or the second one, it actually makes huge impact to all of your game. Well, then you have to do it pretty much in random because you don't have any information. But like later on, your the game goes on in turns, and your city is getting yield. It means that every turn you get some points or something that you can later on invest into like growth. And there is a certain like internal rate of return. So that I've been calculating this, that in like Civilization games, it is sometimes it might be, for instance, 1% per turn. So like your world is valued at let's say 1,000 some sort of points, and every turn it is it's giving you 10 points of positive yield. And how you allocate these 10 points, then you can grow to whatever direction you focus on. But you have to grow in all the directions. So like the basic ways of growth in Civilization is production, gold, science, culture, could be religion. It's a little bit different in the different ones. And like everything grows anyway. But what you focus on is your strategic choice in that game. So, okay, what did I learn? I learned that that it is about growth, and it is about the growth rate. Because if you make like bad investments, it's all about investments. Like you invest in building a city here, you invest in building a worker instead of building a warrior or a building. And if you make good investment with a high rate of return, then you get your like money back, your investment back faster. You can invest it into further growth. So typically in the end game, your civilization is building like 10,000 times more stuff than it did in the like early game. So it is mathematical planning to kind of play the certain concepts and mechanisms that the game designer has set for you to optimize. So how is this different from real world? Not too much, except that that the things that you are optimizing here are the boring ones. Like you're optimizing like which profession you take, and then you toil for the rest of your life paying back your mortgage. Like no, this is, I mean, it is marketed on us as a like cool decision. You can become a doctor, a lawyer, or a banker, or a teacher, but all of them are something that you have to go to a dusty building and spend there all your productive life and pay back the mortgage that you have taken from the bank. That was all imaginary to begin with. Even people who own their like house or farm, and then they wanted to give it to their offspring, and often it requires the offspring to take a mortgage just to pay the taxes on the transfer of the property. And the property wasn't like transferred, it was there all the time. Even the same people living in it. But like the game that the system is imposing on us is requiring us to do all these things.